when we talk about answer writing and preparation, I think there are levels of preparation of the Indian Economic Services. So before you go through the syllabus, like after you go through the syllabus and then start studying and everything happens, and you crack the examination, and then a part comes where you have to face the panel, and there are a certain set of PYQs, like you mentioned, that for the future questions you can still refer to the last trend that has arrived, but for interview session it's just something that's going to be it can be a curveball, it can be something which you might have known but you get totally blanked out. So interview is something which can be a game changer, and a drastic game
Yes.
changer at that. So, what was your experience in the interview session that you had?
So in the interview, the panel consisted of like 4 people were there, and
Okay.
they made you very comfortable. They were so welcoming, and we were wearing all that mask and everything. So sir told me I can see a very sweet smile behind the mask. So so he was very much welcoming. Then he was impressed with my DAF also. And
Okay.
then he said, okay, there would be some questions that you would have thought that that would be asked in the interview. So how did you prepare for it? That was my first question they asked. So I told that I just divided my preparation into 3 categories and I focus on. So he said, okay, which portion do you want me to ask the questions? He was so welcoming and made me so comfortable. So I choose that I want to discuss about the current economy because that is what our job requires, that we should have the understanding of how economy works. So uh, and we should be able to apply what we have studied so far. So my
Right.
interview was completely like concentrated on the how the current economy is performing, the different sectors. Then there were some random questions from the theories also, and some from the past history also. So
Right.
yes, so it was an amazing experience, I would say, and worth a while. And yeah, it was really good.
Specifically with respect to the interview session, I would like to ask you, how did you prepare, and what are the key things the students should remember while appearing for interview, especially an interview which is so important. It's like the last stage where you go either this way or that way. So what are the points to remember for all the students here?
So when I started with my interview preparation, I divided into 3 types of categories. So first is the DAF preparation. So whatever you are mentioning in the DAF, each and every word, you should be very much well prepared with it, like the state you are belonging to, the schools and colleges, in case you have done any kind of job in the past. So you should be prepared with this. Any question can be targeted from that section. Then second part is related to the theories and the concepts. Although your knowledge has already been tested in the written, but still there can be some random questions that can be asked from any kind of theory. So I would suggest that you should brush up your concepts once, revise whatever you have studied for that. And the third category that I prepared is that about the current economy. So I kept the update for on the newspaper on very religiously on daily basis for like last 2 months, and I used to make notes also. So what I did was that I divided my into various sectors like agriculture, industry, service, then how fiscal policy, monetary policy, external sector. And at that time, there was a climate change conference also going on. So there was one section for climate change. Then because of COVID, there was one section for health also. So this is how I divided these sectors. And I used to make notes from the newspapers, current affairs and everything. For the current affairs, I refer to the monthly magazines also. And I also refer to economic survey, budget, RBI reports. Then I started with the mocks also. So I gave mocks in Ecoholics, and that was really helpful. I took the feedback very seriously. And I remember in one of the panel, you were also there. So this is how you practice on daily basis, your speaking skills also. So some of the tips that I want to give for the interviews, first of all, it's very much important that you are confident while speaking. You should be confident enough. Secondly, you should be polite and calm also. Don't show that nervousness and anxiety or don't be hasty, just stay calm, relaxed, and very much polite to them. Thirdly, give proper pauses in between. Don't rush out with your answers, and think before you speak. Take your time before speaking. Just don't just listen to the question and straight off like answering. Think before you speak. That's very important. And I think be precise also. That's very important. Just don't keep on building up the story unnecessarily here and there. Question kuch pucha hai, you are saying something different. Be precise what they are asking and target that only. That would, yeah, these are the tips I would say.